Welcome back. So, a lot of people ask me what was jail like, and I've got a very unique perspective of it. You know, I went in when I was so young. I was only 20 when I got arrested, and yeah, I did 13 months inside. And pretty much every single person I know, and even people I don't know, have asked me what was jail like. So I figured, why not make a video on it? Pretty much, it was a lot of time to reflect on my life, you know. I reflected a lot on my younger years and all the choices that I made that led to there. And I thought, wow, I really fucked up. No, but it's a lot of time, and it's a lot of time away from everyday realities, and I don't want to say I took it for granted, but I didn't utilize it as best I could, even though I really tried at the time to fully utilize all of those 13 months. I had a plan, like down to the fucking day, every single thing that I was gonna get done while I was locked up. Actually, I'll show you. First off, this is just a small sample of everything I wrote when I was in there. Pretty much, I had about 13 binders, I think, off the top of my head. I think it was 13. All of these binders just filled with random shit that I wrote in there, you know. Business ideas, songs that I wrote. I wrote like a whole album when I was in there, man. I just haven't recorded it yet. When I have the time, that will go so hard, man. Like, I did some drill, I did some sing rap, I wrote probably about 15, 20 songs. Like, most nights I would, after I got locked into my cell, I'd sit there and I'd just be writing music, listening to beats on my Xbox, or writing some business ideas out, writing some literally YouTube video ideas. I'll show you. I've got a whole book here. Look, kind of cringe, I'll be honest, because I didn't do any of this. Who knows? Maybe you might see this in the future. Hold on, let me check this framing. Maybe you might see some of these in the future, who knows, if I decide to actually record them. But I think recording a video, you don't want me to sit here and read from a book, right? Imagine this is how the video goes. So, earlier today, I got released from prison on parole. Shows B-roll of me being released. It's kind of tacky, I don't know. It was good to get my ideas out on paper, but to actually execute it, I think would be completely different. But anyways, this is the ticket, alright? I'll make sure the framing's right for this. These are my prison goals. I wrote this on the 25th of the 11th, 2023. And by the 18th of the 11th, 2024, this is all I ticked off. The few things that I couldn't do was I couldn't get to 85 kilos of lean muscle, which, let's be honest, that's kind of unrealistic, right? I got from 67 up to 77. That wasn't lean muscle, obviously. I was pretty pudgy, I'll be honest. I wanted to get my driver's license when I was in jail because I've been driving since I was 16, but I've never had a license. I bought a car one day and I was like, I just whipped that thing, man. I've had 3 cars actually, but I never had a license up until about 7 months ago now. What else didn't I do? I couldn't do a handstand push-up. I couldn't even do a handstand actually. Like, a handstand push-up is, yeah, that was really pushing myself, I think. No lucid dreaming, no meditation. I try to learn astral projecting, but I don't even believe that's a thing, let's be honest. Like, who knows? If I had personal experience with it, maybe I'd say differently, but I've tried and it hasn't happened. I bought a guitar when I was in jail, and I strummed that thing some days, some nights. I wrote a few songs on guitar, but I definitely didn't master the ability of playing guitar. And yeah, I really wish that I had, but since I've been out, I've tried to downsize everything that I've had, and I sold it. So maybe in the future, who knows, if I get more time, it'd be fun. Write at least 13 songs. I wrote 14. My bad, I didn't write 15, I lied to you. But pretty much everything that I wrote on that page, I achieved. That's what jail can do, right? Imagine you have all of the time in the world, 0 distractions, 0 vices. All you have is yourself and time. A lot of people go crazy in there because they've got all this time and they're stuck in a room. And they turn to drugs, they turn to fighting, they turn to watching TV all day and eating junk food. But I knew deep down, like, regardless of where I am in my life, regardless of what circumstances are around me, I'm still going through life. I can't waste that time, right? I had that mentality before I went to jail, and throughout jail, I would say I successfully executed it, because you're not gonna punish me by sending me to jail, you're gonna benefit me. But I had a lot of fun in there. It's a once in a lifetime experience, honestly. The best way I can put it is you're hanging out with the boys every day. You live with them, right? There's a few hundred boys, but you're all mates and you all have a good time. If you're not a fuckhead. If you're one of those people that wants to go borrow money off people or get into massive drug debt, you won't survive in there. You'll get bashed by everyone. If you're one of those people with a chip on your shoulder and you go into jail thinking that, oh, I'm gonna be the big dog, I'm gonna assert my dominance in this place, you might, honestly, you might. But more than likely, you will be punished for even trying to do that. I've made a lot of lifelong friendships with people that I was locked up with, and people I still keep in contact with to this day, because, well, you might see them as criminals or people that have made very bad life choices. I see them as people that are out of the ordinary, people that aren't just like everyone else. And while they may have made a mistake, I know for sure that they're definitely not going to make those mistakes again. And they have a different outlook on life because of their experiences to the average person that you'd meet in the street. And I think that gives them a leg up compared to most ordinary people that have, you know, gone through school, gone to university, gotten a full-time job, and that's been their whole life. I find that very boring, honestly. I couldn't do that. I'm working a job right now, but it's temporary, as I say in every video. But especially because I got locked up so young. I got locked up when I was 20. I didn't get anywhere near as harsh of a sentence as I should have. I got out on parole, so I only did half of my sentence. I got a 26-month sentence, but I only had to serve 13. I'm on parole right now, so I've got a few months left till the end of my sentence, but I get to serve it out in the community. And parole, like, I thought it would be kind of bad, you know, in jail you're stressing about it because you have to write a parole plan, which is essentially like your final grade in jail, right? I spent months writing this assignment that was my parole plan, and I perfected it, okay? I wrote probably 3 different drafts of my parole plan, basically explaining my life story to this parole board and pleading to get out of jail. I put so much effort into that I knew I was 100% getting my parole. There was no chance that I was getting knocked back because every single thing that they wanted me to cover, I covered in insane detail. And there's some people in jail that won't even go for parole. They'll literally just do that full time because they're fucking maniacs. I met a lot of people like that actually, that they weren't too uncommon. They'd get a fucking 4-year sentence and they'd do their whole time. I'd ask him, why? Why would you want to waste another 2 years of your life when you have the option of getting out? Oh, I don't know, bro, like, I got a 4-year sentence. I'm just gonna do the whole thing. Like, what else am I gonna do on the outside, right? Yeah, some people like that. It's sad, but it's the reality, unfortunately. I had a lot of nights in jail that I would just stay up fucking 2, 3 a.m. writing this parole plan, making it perfect. And yeah, a lot of stress and a lot of time went into that, but it paid off because about a month before I got released, I got a reply from the parole board. They sent me a letter saying that your parole's been granted, and let me tell you, bro, if you've been in jail, you understand what I'm talking about. But that is the happiest day of your sentence. I'd say the second happiest day is when you get out, because you get out and it's not actually as big of a thing as you thought it would be. It's unsettling, actually. Now, if you only go into jail for a few months, then you probably wouldn't understand what I'm talking about. But some people say 13 months isn't a long time. I would beg to differ. It was over a year of my life. 1 year and 1 month of my life. Every single day, every single minute, every single second I spent in jail. And going from that, knowing every single person around you in a 400-person complex, knowing your exact routine that day, what you're gonna eat for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, knowing every single thing about how tomorrow and how the week after and the week after that is gonna go up until you get released. It's almost comforting. And then you go from that to being let out the gates first thing in the morning. You see whoever's come to pick you up, and then suddenly it's like, wait, it's like you've woken up from a fever dream. I have control over my life again. And that is honestly overwhelming. I doubted it. When I was in jail, a lot of the people I spoke to that had done multiple laggings or multiple sentences, that's just slang for sentences, they'd said, bro, trust me, you are gonna get freaked out when you get out. I was like, nah, you fucking stupid, bro. Like, I'm gonna be so happy when I'm out. Don't get me wrong, I was happy, but it was fucking crazy. It was like nothing I've ever felt before. I got out and suddenly everything was back to normal. Everyone was acting like everything was normal. But I'd just gone through this whole experience. I just spent so much of my fucking life away from everything. I hadn't had a phone, right? That's a small thing for everyone. But imagine you don't have a phone for 13 months. You'd start freaking out. And then suddenly you have a phone, you have access to the internet. In jail, you don't have any access to the internet. If you have a question, you either go to the library or you think about it on repeat, on loop. You don't know the answer to this, but you're just thinking about it. Or you just ask people. And in jail, a lot of people like to bullshit. So who knows, random thought that might just pop into your brain one day because you got nothing better to do with your time. Who was the first Queen of England? Fuck knows, it's almost like it's in the back of my mind, but I'm not sure. How do you know? On the outside, I'll just Google it, random question. I can find it out in 2 seconds, no problem. In jail, you are stuck with that shit on fucking repeat, man. It kind of does cook you, I'll be honest, because I like knowing things. I like expanding my mind. I like learning things every single day. And yeah, that was kind of put on hold for 13 months. I read a shit ton of books, but that doesn't compete with having access to unlimited information. I just remembered. I wrote this about a month into my sentence. Have a read. That takes me back. I remember I was sitting in my jail cell and I had a cellie. He was one of the best cellies that I've had. He'd done I think about 5-6 years, and he really showed me what you're capable of doing while you're in jail. He had the most decked out cell. He had his own personal speaker that was like $200. So he had a fucking music collection of all the CDs that you could get in jail. It was like huge book, and you'd flip through pages and pages of CDs, and we'd always listen to hip hop, fucking pop. Every single night we'd have new music to listen to. You never really heard the same shit because he had that much music. He had his own dictionary because, you know, when you're on the outside, you can just spell words because you have autocorrect or you have the internet, so you can just search it up. You don't have that in jail. You write shit on paper and you're like, wait, I haven't written this word in fucking years. How do I spell it? I don't know, man. You want to go to the library tomorrow at 6 o'clock? Find out? No, you get your own dictionary. He had a guitar. He knew how to play the guitar really well. And he wrote music. And I've written music for a few years, probably since 2021. But honestly, when I was in jail, for the first month, I didn't even think about writing music. I didn't think about doing too much in jail up until he became my cellie, because I saw everything that he had done with his time. Now, 6 years is a long time, but he had definitely used his time to his advantage the best that he could. And he had grown as a person so much more than the person that he was when he got sentenced. Even though that was my intentions, I didn't know how to fully go about it. But he told me something simple. This was before we became cellies. So I was just hanging out with him, and I went to his cell because we were talking some shit about YouTube, I think it was. And he showed me how to do all of these books. He showed me his collection of books that he'd written. He had a whole book dedicated towards social media. And I was like, this cunt is batshit crazy. What the fuck? Why would you write about social media while you're locked up in jail? And then it started growing on me. I realized, wait, this is what the mind is capable of doing. I'll put a picture up here of my box with all the paperwork that I wrote, all the stuff that I'd collected when I was in jail. I had a few boxes, but this was like the main one with all of my mindset stuff, I guess. This cunt went through one of those every 6 months. He'd type up shit on the computer in the library, print it out, bring it back to his room, study it. He'd write down songs, he'd write down fucking anything that came to his mind, he would put on paper, because thought without action is useless. What is the point of having a thought if you're not going to take action on that thought? Otherwise it's just stuck up in your head. You're not doing anything with it. So I saw what he was doing and something clicked in my mind. I realized that I'd essentially wasted the first month of me being in prison. Now obviously you have to learn everything about jail when you first get locked up. I wasn't fully wasting it, but I was trying too hard to become part of the prison, if that makes sense. I was spending all of my time talking to people, hanging out, exercising in the yard. I wasn't spending enough time working on myself, on my mind. I was working on my body, but I wasn't working on my mind. And I saw what this fella had done, and that's when everything went into overdrive for me. I became so much more motivated than I already was, and I kept that up for the rest of my sentence. And that was about a whole year of just working non-stop. Now, since I've been out, I haven't kept that up as well, because in jail, you're locked in your cell at 6 p.m. every night. So you have from 6 p.m. up until whenever you go to sleep to work on something, right? There's no distractions around you. All you can do really is either bed rot, watch TV, fucking jerk off, or get some stuff done. And so pretty much every single day for a whole year straight, that's what I was doing. Now you might say, oh, I was just writing shit on paper, I was wasting my time. But no, I planned out businesses, I wrote songs, I've done so much with that time. But now, coming to the outside, there are so many more distractions and responsibilities that it is hard to upkeep that same routine. And that's a bit of a cop-out, because I know there's people out there that are way better at managing their time than I am right now. And that's the truth, unfortunately. That is something that I need to work on myself. But because I've done it before, I know it is more than possible. And now I have a lot more opportunities. Now when I have a free moment, I don't just have to sit down and write shit on paper. I can record a song, I can record a video, and I can actually utilize my time better than if it was written on paper. As I said before, thought without action is useless. There is no point you thinking, I want to sit down in front of a camera and record something, or I really want to write a song. No. You want to write a song? You do it. You record it. You want to record a video? Do it. Don't just think about it. And I've been caught up in that trap a lot. I spent a lot of time thinking like, oh, what should I make my next video on? Or what do I want to talk about? Oh, I've got a video idea. What should I write, or what should I talk about? I should plan out each fucking sentence that I'm gonna say. And when I first wanted to get into content creation, I did that actually. I don't know, maybe I'll upload some old videos in the future, but before I went to jail, I was recording some stuff, but it wasn't authentic. It wasn't me speaking from the heart, you know? It was me planning out a whole script. I wrote scripts upon scripts upon scripts, man. It was fucking mental. And then I just kind of read the script. I'd hold the script here, I'd glance at the camera and fucking read it. It's not the same as me standing right here speaking to you, right? I'm getting a bit off topic. Jail. I should have done a Q&A for this actually, because I've had a lot of questions and most of them aren't coming to me right now. I got in a few prison fights. I think that is expected if you go to jail. If you're in jail, you're either gonna have to fight to defend yourself, or you're gonna have to fight because you can't get disrespected. There's a lot of unspoken rules in jail, but pretty much if someone disrespects you, unfortunately you have to resort to violence. If someone's being aggressive towards you, you have to be aggressive back. If you do not emulate that character while you're in jail, you will be walked on. Everyone will know that you are a bitch in jail, and they'll take your shit. They'll run through your cell whenever they want to, because they know that they can just walk in your cell, say, give me everything you got, and they'll just take it from you. Because what are you gonna do? You're not gonna stand up for yourself. And the only way to stand up for yourself in jail is you have to fight. A lot of people are scared to fight. They think, I'm scared of being punched in the face. Like, I don't want to hurt someone else. But unfortunately, when you are stripped down to your basic human needs, violence is kind of part and parcel of that. Another thing, how do you make money in jail? There's the semi-breaking the rules way, and there's the following the rules way. If you want to make money in jail following the rules, all you have to do is work a job, right? You can get a job in the kitchen, you can get a job in the grounds. You can pretty much anywhere in a prison you can work. Because the prison is run by prisoners, and the prisoners are told what to do by the guards. So I worked in a few places. I worked in the kitchen for a few months. That was fucking batshit boring. I was scrubbing pots and pans for like hours straight each day, and I was making $7 a day for that. That was not a highlight. Then I worked in this really weird job called matchsticks, where you literally get paid to sit around and build stuff out of matchsticks. But I got really bored of that, and I went into studying. And I think after I moved into studying, that's where I spent most of my time. And you still get paid to study. You get paid, I think it was level 2, no, level 3, which was $7 a day. And that is pretty much, you get a certificate. I got an IT cert in there, and like 20 other small certificates that don't really mean anything, but they were just a way to pass the time, you know. At the minimum security prison that I went to, you have to work a job or you have to be in education. And I was only at minimum for 4 months of my sentence, but I spent that time studying, pretty much. I worked in the kitchen for a bit, and then I moved back into study. Because if you're not working a job at minimum, you'll just get kicked straight back to medium. So I figured, why not buy the bullet? I worked in the kitchen for a bit so I could get moved up to a better unit, and then moved into study from there, kind of gamed the system. And yeah, I spent some of my time in the classroom and the rest of my time exercising or writing down ideas, whatever. The second way to make money in jail, where you're kind of bending the rules a little bit, is the currency is cigarettes. So if you want to make a bag, you'll buy a pouch of cigarettes and you'll take it to someone. I'll give it to you and you'll give me 1.5 pouches back. So a pouch of cigarettes is about, I think it was 25 grams. I'm gonna give you 25 grams, you're gonna give me 37.5 back. And fellas were like extremely anal about this, bro. You had to have that pouch and you had to have it cut exactly in the middle between 2 fucking lines. Otherwise you get fucking robbed, man. You get bashed. People think you're fucking stingy. But yeah, I built up a shop of taking out cigarettes. I'd buy a pouch, I'd lend it out, get 1.5 pouches back, I'd rinse and repeat, keep doing that cycle, right? And eventually you have like fucking 8 pouches. If the guards were to walk in my cell and see that I had 8 pouches of cigarettes, they'd confiscate it straight off me. They'd know something's up, right? But yeah, you stack up and then you start swapping it for things. So an Xbox on the yard, when I was in November block, an Xbox was going for about 4 oxes, I think it was. An ox is a pouch of cigarettes. So I gave someone 4 oxes and they gave me an Xbox. And the good thing about that is there was only, I think, 4 Xboxes on the yard and there was 180 people. So Xboxes were always in high demand. When I left that jail, I gave my Xbox away to someone for 5 oxes. So I actually turned a profit on that. Because they're in such high demand, it doesn't even matter. And I had my own speaker, my own, I stacked up so much electronic stuff, which was kind of pointless. Like I had a speaker so that my music sounded better. I bought some CDs for some cigarettes. What else? Just a bunch of random shit. Like really in the end, it didn't matter at all. But yeah, you know, it's a good way to make money. And it makes you feel like you're doing something, right? Because you're being a businessman even when there's not really any real money to make. But you gotta be enterprising. But really what it boils down to is prison is what you make of it. And it is completely up to you how you want to spend a sentence. And it's unfortunate that the vast majority of people will waste their time. They'll get 5 years and they will waste every single second of that doing drugs, not exercising, watching TV, eating junk food, wasting all of their prison grats, which isn't much, but if you're doing 5 years, $7 a day, it starts to add up. You get out of your sentence, you might have a few $1,000s in your bank, and that will at least help you get back on your feet when you leave. But some people won't even do that. I hope no one's watching this that has a sentence looming over their head, because I know the anxiety that you'll feel. I had 9 months when I was on bail, and I had a continuous court case going, and I knew 100% I was going to jail, but I just tried to drag it out as long as I could. It could have been done in 4 months, but I dragged it out to 9 months. I did everything right when I was on bail. Got a job. I was volunteering to feed the homeless. I was doing everything to make that judge that looked at me think, wow, he's a reformed person. Maybe I shouldn't punish him, but deep down I knew I was gonna get locked up. And I spent a lot of time actually watching YouTube videos about people that had been to jail. And they make it seem a lot scarier than it actually is. But it's one of those things that if you're a weak person, you'll be chewed up and spit out. But if you actually take control of your life, jail will be a once in a lifetime experience for you. If you do know that you're gonna go to prison and you wanna reach out to me for advice, I'm here to talk, man. Like, I hope that I can be of some use to you, because I know little me at 20 years old would have really killed, honestly, to talk to someone with experience. But the best I can say is don't be scared of it. If you're scared of it, people will know. They're like fucking hyenas, man. They can smell it on you. If you're scared and you do not take full ownership of the situation, yeah, it won't be good. But if you're a strong individual, you'll be alright. So I know I didn't really cover too much, but I've been sitting here talking to a camera for like half an hour now, so I'm getting kind of bored. But maybe I'll make a part 2 to this. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments. I'll answer them. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed listening to a little bit of my life. And yeah, take care. I'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah. That's so 13 months till man get released. Raise that bird up, fuck the police. Man like Eve been raised in the streets. I done sold crack rock for I learned to speak. 16 when I done the deed, and 18's the richest I've been. 20 I got locked away, put in greens. I'll be 23 when I step on the scene. Hear that jail phone ring.
You are about to receive a phone call from a prisoner at the Acacia prison. Your conversation will be recorded. If you do not wish to receive this call, please hang up now. Go ahead, please.
Paying through the jail phone. No expedite maybe for your dome. Break bread when a brother make a home. Gon' take heads if he snitches on his own. Don't be mad if a bitch is all you know. Why these boys all saying like you owe? Pay your TikTok before I take your bone. Perf City bout to be my throne. Yo, we getting litty off an eighth of a note. If you don't know empirical metrics, that's a bow. 3.5, yeah, it's a lit night. Start a fist fight cause I said your bitch tight. Don't be mad cause my dick fit right. She be licking on my dick tip right.